Across the windswept plateaus and fertile valleys of ancient Iran, a remarkable civilization took root, one that, over the course of more than 1,000 years, would rise, flourish, and transform the world around it. The story of the Persian Empire is not merely the tale of a single dynasty, but a rich tapestry woven through the reigns of the Achaemenid, Parthian, and Sasanian empires. Each era brought new innovations, cultural achievements, and forms of governance that would leave an enduring legacy, not just in the lands they ruled, but across continents and centuries. The foundation of this legacy was laid by the Achaemenid Empire, established by Cyrus the Great around 550 BCE. From its inception, the empire distinguished itself through a philosophy of rule that valued tolerance and adaptation. Unlike many conquerors, Cyrus was renowned for respecting the religions, languages, and customs of the peoples he brought under his dominion. This approach won him the loyalty of diverse subjects from the banks of the Indus to the shores of the Mediterranean. His capture of Babylon was emblematic, not only for its strategic significance, but for his decision to free the Jewish captives and permit the reconstruction of Jerusalem's temple. This policy of reconciliation became a cornerstone, allowing the Achaemenids to govern a vast and heterogeneous realm with relative stability. Administration under the Achaemenids was a marvel of ancient statecraft. Darius I, who succeeded Cambyses II, expanded the empire to its greatest extent and refined its governance. He divided the empire into satrapies, provinces each overseen by a satrap or governor. What set the Persian system apart was the careful balance of local autonomy and central oversight. Royal inspectors, often called the eyes and ears of the king, traversed the empire, conducting audits and reporting directly to the throne. This created a web of accountability and information flow that held the far-flung corners of the empire together. The king's authority, believed to be divinely sanctioned by Ahura Mazda, was exercised with a blend of autocracy and consultation, as councils of nobles and military leaders advised the monarch on crucial matters. In the realm of military affairs, the Achaemenids developed a formidable force that emphasized mobility and archery. Lightly armored infantry and skilled archers formed the backbone of their armies, while elite units like the Immortals provided a core of highly trained soldiers. The logistics of moving and supplying such a vast force were enabled by another Persian innovation: an extensive network of roads and supply depots, crowned by the famous Royal Road, which spanned over 2,500 kilometers. This infrastructure not only facilitated military campaigns, but also trade, communication, and governance on an unprecedented scale. The spirit of innovation extended beyond the battlefield. The Persians engineered qanats, underground channels that brought water from distant aquifers to parched fields and settlements, making agriculture possible in arid regions. They standardized coinage, weights, and measures, creating a unified economic space across the empire. Even in the art of leisure, the Achaemenids left their mark. Their gardens, known as Chaharbagh, became legendary for their beauty and harmony, inspiring later Islamic and European garden designs. Persepolis, the ceremonial heart of the empire, stood as a testament to Persian artistry and ambition. Its monumental halls and intricately carved reliefs blended influences from Egypt, Babylon, and Assyria, forging a visual language that celebrated the diversity and unity of the empire. Here, tribute bearers from every corner of the realm were depicted in stone, symbolizing a world brought together under Persian rule. Society under the Achaemenids was stratified but not static. The king and his family stood at the apex, followed by nobles, priests, warriors, merchants, artisans, and peasants. Women, though subject to the constraints of their time, could hold positions of authority and often worked alongside men in various trades. Slavery existed, yet Persian law afforded slaves certain rights and protections uncommon in the ancient world. Religious tolerance was a guiding principle, allowing a multitude of faiths to flourish under the empire's aegis. Yet, even the mightiest empires are vulnerable. Internal corruption, economic strain, and the challenges of governing such a vast territory gradually weakened the Achaemenids. When Alexander the Great marched east, he found an empire ripe for conquest, and by 330 BCE, the Achaemenid dynasty had fallen. From the chaos that followed, the Parthian Empire emerged. Founded by Arsaces I in 247 BCE, the Parthians developed a system of decentralized feudal governance. Local nobles wielded significant power, and the king's authority was more dependent on charisma and consensus than divine right. This flexibility allowed the Parthians to weather internal strife and confront powerful foes, most notably Rome. Parthian military prowess was legendary, centered on their cavalry. Their horse archers perfected the Parthian shot, firing arrows backward at full gallop, a tactic that confounded Roman legions. Heavily armored cataphracts added shock power to their armies, helping them win stunning victories, such as the defeat of Crassus at Carrhae. The Parthians also became key players in the Silk Road trade, acting as intermediaries between China and Rome, and fostering a vibrant cultural exchange. Despite their strengths, the Parthians were plagued by internal rivalries and civil wars. As noble families vied for power, central authority weakened, setting the stage for a new dynasty. In 224 CE, Ardashir Phraates of Persis overthrew the last Parthian king and founded the Sasanian Empire. The Sasanians sought to recapture the glory of their Achaemenid forebears, centralizing power and reviving Iranian traditions. Under rulers like Shapur Wari and Khosrow Khors, the empire reached new heights of military and cultural achievement. The elite Assyrian cavalry, clad in chainmail and wielding diverse weapons, became the terror of Rome and Byzantium. Sasanian cities, adorned with massive iwans and domes, showcased architectural innovations that would influence Islamic and Byzantine builders alike. Intellectual life flourished. The Academy of Gundishapur became a beacon of medical and scientific learning, drawing scholars from across the known world. Persian physicians pioneered hospital systems and advanced surgical techniques, laying foundations for later Islamic and Western medicine. In the arts, Sasanian metalwork, textiles, and rock reliefs dazzled with their sophistication and symbolism. Society, however, grew more rigid. The priestly class gained immense power, and Zoroastrianism became the state religion. While some tolerance endured, especially for Christians and Jews early on, religious minorities increasingly faced persecution, especially as tensions with the Christian Byzantine Empire escalated. The weight of prolonged wars, heavy taxation, and internal dissent began to erode the empire's strength. By the early 7th century, after decades of draining conflict with Byzantium and civil strife, the Sasanian state was exhausted. The Arab-Muslim armies, united by a new faith and driven by zeal, struck at a moment of weakness. Despite fierce resistance, the Sasanians fell, and by 651 CE, the ancient Persian empires had been supplanted. Yet the Persian legacy did not vanish. Its administrative systems, architectural styles, and intellectual treasures were absorbed and expanded upon by Islamic civilization. Persian courtly customs, literature, and scientific knowledge became integral to the Abbasid Caliphate and echoed through the halls of Baghdad, Samarkand, and beyond. In the end, the Persian empires stand as a testament to the power of innovation, tolerance, and cultural synthesis. Their contributions, spanning governance, infrastructure, science, and the arts, profoundly shaped the civilizations that followed. The echoes of their achievements still resonate, a reminder that the true legacy of an empire is measured not just in conquests, but in the enduring ideas and inspirations it leaves behind.